Okay, so one of the things I said earlier about PowerShell is really good about you being able to remote into computers, and command prompt, or DOS, what had the roots of DOS, wasn't really great about that. You could install Telnet SSH, you could put psexec on there. There's various things you could do, but it couldn't natively just remote into a machine and let you do that. So what I want to show you now is how to do that. Now, first off, you need to understand that the computer you're going to remote into must have the WinRM service running. And of course, this is a server, as you can see here, and I'm going to remote into this server here. So I've got Server Manager open here. I'm going to go to Command Prompt, and there's a command I can type in Command Prompt called WinRM quick config. And quick config is going to just make sure that the WinRM service is running and that the ports are open on my firewall. Okay, the ports that have to be open on your firewall are 5985 and 5986. This will use HTTP, HTTPS. If you decide to use encryption HTTPS, then the port is 5986. If you're just using the non-encrypted version, it's 5985. So you got to make sure your firewall is not blocking that. Since I do have the Windows Defender firewall, this is going to auto configure that for me and go from there. Okay, so I'm going to switch back over to my client now, which is my Windows 10 client. I've got PowerShell already open, and remember the commands I showed you earlier. I typed get-process, and that shows me the processes. If I was just to hit enter on get-process right now on my own computer, it's going to show me the processes on my own computer. But if I type -computer name, I could put in the name of that computer. Now, my client computer's name is NYC-CL1. So essentially, it would be like if we were in New York City client 1. But I want to remote into a server called NYC-DC1, which is a domain controller. So we're going to type that in, okay? And it is not case sensitive, but I did type it in all caps. If I hit enter, as you can see, it's now showing me the processes that are running on that machine over there, okay? I can also type the same other command, get service, and I can do -computer name NYC-DC1. It's going to show me the services that are running on that machine as well. Okay, may take a second to process that because these little VMs don't have tons and tons of memory, but it'll show me the services that are running on that remote machine. Okay, now not only that can you run these commands and see the processes and services. There are all sorts of PowerShell commands that'll let you remote into a machine, but there's one that I want to really show you that I really like, and it's a command called enter-ps session. Okay, -computer name, and I'm going to type NYC-DC1. Now check this out. I'm going to remote into that machine. As you can see, it says right here, NYC-DC1. I'm remoted into that machine now, and I can actually run commands as though I was at that machine. So if I type CD /, I'm now on the root of the C drive. If I type dir, okay, it shows me the files, folders that are on the C drive right now. If I type MD for make a directory, I'm going to put hello world and hit enter. I just created a directory on that C drive of that DC called Hello World. In fact, I should be able to jump over to that DC, open up File Explorer, go to the C drive, and see that that folder exists. So as you can see, I did successfully remote into it. Okay, now the other thing that I said PowerShell is really good about is allowing us to write scripts. A lot of times students will ask me, they'll say, well, why are we learning all these commands when, we can do things graphically? And my answer to that is that, first off, you can do things faster a lot of times using commands, but secondly, you can create scripts, okay? What might take you 50 clicks with your mouse to achieve something, I might be able to write one little line of text that does all of that in one line of text. So all 50 clicks in one line of text. Okay. Imagine if you had to do those 50 clicks on like 100 computers. Could you imagine the amount of time? With PowerShell, I could write a script that can do that, and I could point it to the 100 computers, and it'll run that script on all the computers. Okay. The other thing is they give us a scripting environment we can use for writing scripts. It's called ISE. If you just type ISE, you can also search for it and find it. But if you type ISE, that's the Integrated Scripting Environment. That's going to bring me up into their integrated scripting environment, and I can actually run scripts. I can run commands using PowerShell. And the other thing that's great about the ISE is it is going to sort of baby you through the process. It's going to help you through the process of creating these scripts. Okay, so here we are. We're opening up the PowerShell ISE, and this is what it looks like, as you can see here. And what I can do is, if I click this little bar here, drop this down, I can type commands down here, but I can type my script up here if I want. Okay, so you know, for example, let's say that I wanted to look at the event log on Windows. Windows has the event viewer, which I'm going to talk more about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type get-event. Now notice it's going to type that out for me right here in the in this screen. It's going to show me the event log right here. I have the get-event log option I can choose. All these commands. So this is IntelliSense again. Instead of having to hit tab, I can actually just click it if I want. And then one thing I love about this is if I hit space and I hit dash, it shows me all the parameters. So I'm going to do log name. And then I love this feature. If I hit space again, it's going to actually detect the logs that I can select. So as you can see here, I can actually select specific logs if I want. So I'm going to do the security log. And then if I was just to hit play on this right now, this little play button, it would show me every single security log. Maybe I only want to see the latest, the newest, like 10 entries or whatever. So what I'll do there is I'm going to add a switch called -newest 10, and then I'm going to hit play, and it's going to show me the latest 10 entries. The other thing about PowerShell that's great is you can reformat things. Notice that this is a table view, and it kind of it summarizes things for me. I don't get to see everything with these little dots here. So if I actually go up here, I can use a pipe symbol, which is the little key above the enter key. If you hold down shift and do that / key, it creates this symbol called a pipe symbol or a bar symbol. And what a piping does is this allows you to take the output from one command. So this command is going to generate an output. It's going to associate it to an input of another command. So I can actually do this right here. I can say format -list. This is going to reformat this information and show it as a list. So watch what happens when I hit play. As you can see, it's going to show me all of that as a list view. So it doesn't summarize it anymore. It shows everything to me. And the other thing I can do, if I wanted to, I could pipe this again to -out-file c:/log.txt. So now what it's going to do is it's going to dump this to a text file. So watch this. Hit play. Okay, it's going to dump it to a text file. Let's go look at the text file here. So we'll open up File Explorer, go to our C drive, and there's the log. So I could then peruse that log at my discretion. So I could write a script. I can add if statements and all that. If you learn PowerShell programming, then you learn how to use if statements and logic and all that. It's really, really nice and very, very powerful. So I could go right here. I could say File, Save As, and I could save this as a PowerShell script, which will have a PS1 extension. Okay. So hopefully that gives you a good little foundation of PowerShell and the fact that you can remote, you can write scripts. It's extremely powerful, and it's definitely something that I encourage you to learn, and it's going to be here for a while. Not only can you control the things that are on-premise with PowerShell, but it also lets you connect into the cloud environment, and you can run commands in Microsoft's cloud services as well. So again, I really feel like PowerShell does live up to its name. It's extremely powerful. At first, it's very daunting, very intimidating, but if you take the time to learn it and practice with it, you'll learn the syntax of it, and you're going to find it's not as bad as you think.